Welcome to Western STEM Academy virtual staff training that's going to begin. We're so happy to have you. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have all of you. Now, today, what we're going to be looking at certain qualities of the teacher, as well as certain attributes that an excellent teacher should have. But before we do so, we're going to just go over the mission and vision of Western STEM Academy. Now, Western STEM Academy is a full-time virtual school for students ages 6 to 18 years old, so that students in grade 1 to grade 11. Now, at Western STEM Academy, we have a full-time school as well as an evening institute. Now, our full-time school offers core courses in all subject areas, as well as our evening institute provides that extra assistance for students in all grades from grades 1 to grade 11, as well as support our students who are doing the PEP examinations and CSEC examinations. So our mission and vision is to become a world leader in education for students in grade 1 to grade 11, offering quality online education, quality virtual education, so that our students can become the most successful versions of themselves. Now, we're going to be looking at the teacher quality. Now, in order for us to have success, we have to have excellent or quality teachers. Now, I want you to think about this. What are the qualities that teachers are expected to have? What are some excellent qualities that teachers possess? Now, all of you watching this video, you've been taught before, right? So you've been taught by someone. Now, there's at least one teacher, whether it was primary school, prep school, high school, or even college, who stood out to you. So I want you to think about why that teacher stood out to you. Is it that that teacher was caring? Is it that that teacher was very stern? Is it that that teacher was just an excellent teacher who knew his or her content, never even needed any textbook to teach? What qualities stood out to you? I want you to go ahead and put them in the chat if you remember those qualities that stood out to you from your teacher, right? Now, as a teacher, you can be amazing. You can be amazing. You can be outstanding. You can be inspiring. You can be a teacher. Now, we're going to be zooming on certain excellent teacher qualities. Now, in order for you to become an excellent teacher, first of all, I have to tell you that you have to take care of yourselves. Now, many teachers in Jamaica are very guilty of this. They're not taking care of themselves. They're doing work very late. I can tell you that because sometimes I'm very, very guilty of this. No, as a teacher, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to get enough rest, as bad as it may sound, or as real as it may sound, you have to get rest. I know you're guilty of not getting your rest, but you have to get rest. You have to eat on time. You have to take your health into your own hands. And for health, I mean your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your social well being. You have to take all of those into consideration because if you're not well, it's going to spill off into your personal life and even your work. So, yes, you always hear teachers must be emotionally intelligent. Yes, but how can you be emotionally intelligent when you're not taking care of those emotions or taking care of your mental health? The moment something is not wrong, we're only humans and it's going to come out. So even if you don't express that anger, you're not going to be the same person. So if you're an outstanding teacher and you're not emotionally well, it's going to affect your quality of output. So what you must do first is take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay? You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. No. The next thing, as a teacher, you have to be professional. Professional in the sense that you are punctual. Punctuality is very important. So you don't want to be turning up late for your classes. You don't want to be submitting your lesson plans late. You don't want to be doing things that are late because what it does is that it affects the flow of things. So if you're late 5 minutes for your class, then that's 5 minutes out of the next class that's supposed to be held. But you might say, oh, I'm not going to keep them back, but that's 5 minutes out of what you were supposed to actually teach. So you don't want to be late. You want to be punctual. To be punctual, means that you're gonna arrive before time. Arrive before the time so that you can set up yourself, get comfortable. If you have anything to screen share, you go ahead, you start setting it up. And we're in the technological age, so you test your microphones, test the camera to ensure that things are actually well. Now, teachers must plan for their classes. Very important. No matter if you have been teaching the same content for 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years, you cannot take it for granted that you know everything, because the truth is information changes daily. So there's always something new in your content. Now, many teachers are guilty of just trying to teach just as though they learned it in school. But you have to understand that your days and these days are different. So yes, they learn in the same states of matter, solids, liquids, and gases. They learn three, but the truth is there are more than that. There are more than 22 states of matter now. No, when I'm teaching, I don't only tell my students about the three states of matter. I tell them that there are up to 22 states of matter. But the truth is the curriculum only requires them to know three. But that doesn't say I'm going to just tell them three. I'm going to tell them the additional information. And believe me, when you tell them that this is an additional information, you're not supposed to learn it, but you're learning it just the same, it does something to them. It actually piques their interest and they'll go and even research more on the topic, because you want to create lifelong learners. We're not just teaching students to pass exams. We're not just teaching them for them to get 10 grade ones, but we want them to remember that content for life, lifelong learners, so that they can be very important. They can be change makers, agents of change in our society. We, in addition to this, need teachers who know their subject area, teachers who properly engage students during class setting. So you have to be engaging as a teacher. You can't just be there talking, and your students are just there looking at you. Engage them, bring them in, let them contribute to the conversation. And talking about contributing to the conversation, if you know any quality of a teacher that has not been mentioned yet, I want you to go ahead and type it in the comments while we're here now. Right? So go ahead and type those in it. You see that? I'm engaging you. So yes, you're listening to me, but you're also thinking about qualities that have not been mentioned yet. Am I going to mention them later on? Probably yes, or probably no, but you were able to actually think about something and type it in the chat. And yes, if you haven't typed it in the chat as yet, I'm still waiting on you to do that. Okay. All right. Now, you have to engage your students during class setting. Now, I know that as teachers, you've gone to a lot of conferences and you're used to people just talking to you. And after a time, you literally tune them out. So can you imagine these children who are way younger than you? They have a shorter attention span than you. They have their phones at their fingertips. They're going to be on TikTok while you're there teaching. They're going to be on WhatsApp. They're going to be on Instagram, Facebook, or some other app. So you want to engage them so that when you are there teaching, they're so engrossed in whatever you're teaching that they don't even remember that there is a phone beside them, or that there's social media on the phone that they're using, or that a friend is texting them. They're gonna be like, hello, I'm in a class, I'll text you after, because you're so engaging, right? Next one, we want teachers who are role models. Your students must be able to look up to you, aspire to become like you, aspire to be like you, aspire to even be better than you, because you're setting that bar high. You have to set the bar high as teachers, because you are the first role models for many of our students. So be a positive role model, be a positive influence, emulate those qualities that you want them to have, that you want them to actually demonstrate in the next 5 to 10 years. No, continuing with excellent teacher quality. One, teachers should attire themselves properly for classes. So in the online space, you really don't need any head coverings unless it's for religious reasons, right? You don't need those sunshades, they're very distracting. You need to wear a professional top and position yourself well in front of the camera. So let me try to position myself well. So you want to position yourself well. So you sit in the center of your laptop, right in the center, and you look into that very that circle that's right there in front of you. It looks a bit dark, but you're going to look in there because that is the camera. I'm looking in there now. Now, many times we literally tend to just look at ourselves on video, because I was looking at myself the entire video. I literally just started looking into that little black hole right now, right? So you want to look there because that's where your students are. That's how they know that you're making eye contact for the most part. But sometimes you don't want to just be doing that. You want to glance to ensure, look at their facial expression to see if they're actually grasping the concepts, etc. But when you want to give them the eye contact, you look into the center and then you take a glance and you look at them. So you want to position yourself so that they can see your entire face, a little of your chin, and maybe your top, a little of your top if possible. So you position yourself well in front of the camera. So they don't want to be looking up into your nose or into your mouth or that sort of a thing, because it's distracting and it takes away from the learning process. You also, on the matter of visibility, you want to try to get some good lighting. Not saying that you need to go buy any ring light or anything like that, but position yourself in front of a door or in front of a window, not behind, but the light should be hitting you so that you can be seen visibly, right? No, limit distractions in your background, meaning you don't want a lot of things going on in your background where they're just concerned trying to count what's over there, trying to look what's there. You don't want that. And where your background is busy, get a virtual background. It's very easy to get a virtual background on Zoom, right? No, teachers should also be visible during class time, meaning a student should be able to see you, look at you and say, yes, this is teacher. Teacher is teaching and not just hearing you, but your camera should be on, right? Now, teachers should also maintain good classroom management and good relationships with students and other teachers. Because if you don't live good with other teachers, the students are gonna know and they're like, oh, after Miss Brown and Miss Black don't talk. You get me? You don't want that sort of energy any at all. And you also want to be able to account for all of your students. So accountability for all of them. So if there are 10 students in your class, and I mentioned 10 because our maximum class size at Western STEM is 10. So if there are 10 students in your class and today you only see 9, find out what's going on with that one. Okay, so those are some of the things that we want to do to ensure that we demonstrate excellent teacher quality. I know I've not listed everything. You can go ahead and list any important one that you think I left off in the chat. All right. Now, what do we offer at Western STEM Academy? Now, we offer a day school, an evening institute, as well as STEM programs and other extracurricular activities. The day school comprises of a full-time preparatory school for students in grade 1 to 6, full-time high school for students in grades 7 to 11, extracurricular activities, and that's open to enroll students as well as students who are just desirous of being a part of our club. So if parents want to just enroll their children in our clubs, that's also available. We have STEM, ICT, robotics, debating, and public speaking. Those clubs we have right now. We also have virtual field trips that we do with our students. We have our Evening Institute program, which comprises of PEP classes, CSEC classes, extra support in all subject areas, and homework assistance programs. Our clubs, as we were mentioning earlier, are open to enroll students as well as students who are not enrolled full-time with us, right? As well as all the other extracurricular activities. Now, our curriculum. No, our curriculum is similar to that of the Ministry of Education in Jamaica. It's the national standards curriculum for students in grades 1 to grade 9, sorry. So for students in grade 1 to 9, it's the national standards curriculum. And for grades 10 and 11, it's the CSEC curriculum, right? So we use the CSEC curriculum, so the CSEC syllabus for all the different subject areas. That's what we do. However, this has a STEM focus. So there is a STEM focus for students. So there's a STEM focus for students. Now you're going to hear more about our STEM focus. So all subject areas take on a STEM focus. Our lessons also take on an international approach, because in addition to local students, we do have students in the Caribbean, and we do have students who join us from the United States of America. So we have that international approach to our teaching and learning process. Now, students are taught using hands-on methodologies with technological integration. Students are assessed frequently. So every month we send out a monthly report, as you are aware. So there is one classwork or homework grade as well as a test grade. Now, in addition to these monthly reports, we actually have ongoing reports during the month. So probably weekly, you might get some reports from us in terms of updates and progress that your child is making, right? Now, our lessons are taught with diverse teaching strategies to meet the 21st century learner. So gone are the days when it's just the chalk and talk method. As you realize, we're not even using chalk anymore. So it's virtual, it's technology. Because for a while now, teachers have been lobbying for technology in education, but now that we're forced to do it, many persons are shying away from it. But we do not see this as an opportunity for teachers to shy away from technological integration, but we see it as a means of enhancing technology, because not the students are not afraid of technology. It's more so the adults who are shying away from the technological integration. So that's something that we are doing right now. In terms of our curriculum, these are our core subjects across preparatory school, high school. Our preparatory school students do 10 subjects, and our high school offers 20 subjects. So these are some of the subjects offered in the high school. Every student does STEM. We have mathematics, English language, English literature, geography, integrated science, social studies, Spanish, information technology, STEM, arts and craft, career/leadership planning, physical education, home economics management, human and social biology, principles of business, principles of accounts, history, physics, chemistry, and of course, biology. Right, so these are some of the subjects offered in prep school, high school, as well as our evening institutes. All of these are in evening institute. For the preparatory school, they do mathematics, language arts, social studies, information technology, STEM, Spanish. So they do 10 subjects. I'm going to list that in the chat because this is actually the listing for high school. Our prep school also do career leadership planning as well as physical education. They do STEM. STEM start from grades 1 for us, from grade 1, and Spanish also starts from grade 1. Now, this is what we do to integrate STEM education into our curriculum. We have integration of STEM content. So it's not that every class you're just teaching STEM, but we integrate STEM into all subject areas. So this means that there is a problem-centered learning approach, an inquiry-based learning approach, a design-based learning, cooperative learning. So students are engaged in different groups. Students are engaged with designing models, designing workable models that are actually functional, inquiry-based, where students are asking questions and wondering, how does this work? Why does it work like that? As well as integrating STEM content into the different lessons that are taught across all subject areas. Now we're coming down nicely. The STEM model of teaching and learning really encompasses the 5 E's of inquiry-based learning: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. So at Western STEM Academy, we take learning beyond the classroom and into the real world. We're not just teaching them for them to SWAT, but we want the students to remember what they have taught or to become lifelong learners. We want them to have a hands-on experience in learning. We want to include the students' environment and experiences in the learning process. And we want to let the students do things and make models where possible. And we want to engage them in the practical activities. And we want to appropriately challenge all our students. So if a student is a fast learner, that student is engaged thoroughly. If a student needs a little catching up, that student is met at his or her individual level. Our class or small class sizes enables that. It allows us to actually meet each learner at the level that he or she is at, because these are 21st century learners. So teaching in the 21st century is different. We have to do two things. We have to integrate technology into the teaching and learning process, and we want to use a variety of teaching strategies for the various learning styles and learning challenges. Because here are the different learning styles. We have the visual learner, the auditory learner, the physical learner, the verbal learner, the logical learner, the social learner, the solitary learner. So these are all the different learning styles that actually exist. And we have, well, some of, there are actually many more. So this is just some of the learning styles that exist, and we have to engage these learning styles. So your physical learner like to have hands-on experiences, movement. Your social learner likes to collaborate in teams. Your auditory learner will listen to you all day long and don't drop asleep. Your logical learner wants to see patterns and statistics. And your visual learner want to see graphs, they want to see flashcards, they want to see images. I think I'm a bit of visual. Like if you tell me something, it's going nowhere. Like auditory is not me. Like I can't listen and follow. I have to see it. So you'll be telling me something and I have to just literally go in and draw whatever you're trying to say, or you have to send me a picture of what you're trying to say, because I'm a visual person. I'm very visual. What kind of learner are you though? What kind of learner are you? Let me know that as well. No, using the Google Classroom platform, we're going to look at that in our next video, but Google Classroom is something that we heavily support in addition to our Zoom. Google Classrooms are populated by all teachers for all subject areas to allow that 24/7 approach, or that 24/7 learning where students are constantly engaged, where they have something that they can do. So if they're in and they're saying, you know what, I want to practice some math, or Google Classroom platforms allow this learner, allow the students to go in and say, you know what, I'm going to do some math on my own. We have formative and summative assessments, and we give homeworks and class assignments almost daily, and we appropriately challenge all our students. Now we've come to the end of another video. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you being here. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, thank you so much. You can go ahead and subscribe right now. And I want to take a moment to just congratulate all those CSEC students who have done phenomenally. They have done exceptionally well in their CSEC examinations. A lot of you are on this channel, so congratulations to you. We are so proud of you. If you didn't get to send in your results, you can go ahead and send your results to us. You still have our numbers, or I'll put it in the description. So thank you so much. Have a good day and see you in the next video.